that. There we go. Welcome to Tuesday and welcome to another album ranking, and today we're doing a fairly new band, and it's one of the new bands that I quite like. Formed in 2012, we're talking about Greta Van Fleet. The band consists of three brothers, the Kiska brothers, Josh, who does the vocals, Jake on the guitars. We've got Sam on guitars and keyboards, and they've also got Danny Wagner on drums. I got into these when I actually saw them, I think at Glastonbury, I can't remember when. I thought, wow, these are good, and I was really impressed with Josh's vocals. I thought, sounds like Bob Plant. Very good. And then when you get Mr. Robert Plant talking about Greta Van Fleet, you know they may be good. So I really do like them. They've only released 2 albums, but we're going to look at an EP they released as well. So we're going to look at 3 sort of albums today. I like them all, to be quite honest, and as always with shorter album catalogues, it is very hard to rank. So I mean, this could change any time, this one, because well, the 2 albums come because they're both of good quality. So coming in at number 3, then we have an EP called From the Fires. It was released in 2017. It consisted of 8 songs, 4 being new ones recorded, and the other 4 originally found on another EP they did called Black Smoke Rising. So this is the combination of the 2 EPs. You've got 8 really good songs. So the first song on this is called Safari Song. I love that opening riff from Jake, and then you get some really intense screams from Josh. It's so Led Zeppelin, but there's nothing wrong with that because it just shows that people are still influenced by the music of Led Zeppelin. It's a really good track. This track is a track called Edge of Darkness. Again, a really strong track, great vocal from Josh, and some of Jake's guitar work on this is pretty good. Flower Power, it's a nice gentle track. Another sort you got from Led Zeppelin, the nice gentle tracks. Really, really good song again. Really like that one. Then they do a cover of a Sam Cooke number, A Change Is Gonna Come. It's a different sort of version of this song, but it is a really good version. I do like it. Then we get my favourite track on this particular EP, called Highway Tune. Jake's riffs are so Jimmy Page, but it's brilliant. I really like that track. Then we get a Fairport Convention cover, Meet on the Ledge, a great cover of this Fairport Convention song. Nice arrangement to this, really good. Talk on the Street, some great drumming here from Danny Wagner. It's just great riffs, great vocal, good track. Then we get Black Smoke Rising, and I just love Jake's opening riff. And Danny, the drummer, comes into his own on this track as well. It's a really strong track to end this EP. I think this is a great little package, putting the 2 EPs together, making it a nice little album. It's got some great tracks on, you know, from them early days. Although it's not, but the bottom at number 3 doesn't make it bad. It is really strong, and I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 8.5. Okay, then we now come into the albums, and coming in at number 2 then is the debut album, released in 2018, Anthem of the Peaceful Army. First track on this one is The Age of Man. Really strong track. That opening vocal from Josh is terrific. And I love Sam's keyboards on this. It gives it just an extra depth. It's got a really nice sound to it. And some Jake's guitar playing is pretty good on this as well. Then we get The Cold Wind. Now this is a great rocker. Josh's vocal on this is superb. You've got Danny Wagner's drums coming in. It's got that very Led Zeppelin feel to it. I know people go, oh, they sound too much like Led Zeppelin, but it doesn't bother me. If you like Led Zeppelin, like I do, you're going to like anything that sounds like it. It's not copying. I don't think. It's just, if that's what influences them, that's what you're going to get. And that's probably why I like this band. It's a really good track. Then we get When the Curtains Fall. Best track on the album. Danny's drumming is great. You've got some great guitar riffs from Jake and a great solo. And you get this really strong bass line from Sam and Josh on fire. Watching Over, a little bit slower paced on this. It's a bit gentler. Although it's still a rock track, it's a gentle rock track, and it's got a great guitar solo from Jake on that. Really good. Lover Lever, again, this is Sam's driving bass line that sort of holds this song together, and Josh's vocals are strong on that one as well. You're the One, another great track. Some nice keyboards here from Sam, and it's got an acoustic style track. Very, very nice. Just shows that they can do it. Play acoustically sounding tracks as well as good rock tracks. Then we get The New Day, which is another sort of a semi-acoustic track. It's got a great little guitar solo on that. Mountain of the Sun, slide guitar on this is brilliant. Strong vocal from Josh. It's a terrific track. Brave New World, probably the weakest track on the album. It's not a bad track. It doesn't seem to have the same oomph as the rest of the tracks. Anthem, again, it just lacks something. It's not a bad track. It just doesn't. Don't know what it. It just lacks something. I can't hit the nail on the head with that one. And then they do another version of Love Lever, Take a Believer. It's a nice rocker. When the album. I think this is a really good debut album. You know, they're still in their youth, as they say. They come up with some really good tracks. Some of the ones towards the back of the album are not as strong, but on the whole, if you take this, look at the big picture, it's a good album with some good solid tracks on it. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 8.8. So, number 1 is the second album, released in 2021, last year. The Battle at Garden's Gate. First track on here is Heat Above. It's quite a gentle track with some really nice keyboard work from Sam. Really nice track. My Way Soon, great catchy riff this is. The drumming from Danny really gets you into the groove on this one. Solid track. Broken Bells, I love this track. I love the gentleness of it to start with. And then you get a great guitar solo in it with a really great guitar solo that has got that wah wah in it. It's terrific. Build the Nations, really sort of Led Zeppelin style track. Some great guitar on this. Great drumming from Danny. Great strong vocal by Josh. One of his most powerful vocals that he's done. Age of the Machine, again another track I love. I love the pace of it. It's not hard. heavy. It's just a gentle rock track with a fantastic solo. Tears of Rhine, acoustic with a nice atmospheric feel to it. Again, one of Josh's best vocals on the album. Stardust Cause, a mixture of electric and acoustic guitars on this. Pretty damn good drumming as well. Light of My Love, more great vocals from Josh. Gentle ballad, but it's what makes this is the piano from Sam is terrific. Caravel, I love this track as well. Got a great beat, some really incredible guitar riffs on that, absolutely brilliant. The Barbarians, solid track. Love the drums in it's a real deep drumming from Danny. Trip the Light, fantastic. Another good track. It just absolutely kills it on this. It's got so many good hooks in this. Another fantastic vocal. Then we get my favourite track, The Way to Dreams. This is a cross between Led Zeppelin and Kingdom Come. It's got the Lenny Wolf, more Lenny Wolf style singing. It's quite proggy in places as well, and it's the longest track they've ever done, and it's absolutely brilliant. It's got some lovely guitar work from Jake. The bass works good on this. I think everyone really puts their 100% into this one because it's an absolute belter of a track. Last track on the album as well. I think in that short 4 years this band has grown in maturity from the debut album, which is marvellous stuff, but this is a better sounding album. They've grown up and they're starting to get what they want to do. I don't think there's a bad track on this one. It's very consistent from top to bottom. A mixture of heavy rock, acoustic rock. It's showing off their repertoire. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 9 out of 10. Okay then, I'll be back later with retro ranking, and this week we're going back to the 60s, and we're going to be doing Johnny Kidd and the Pirates. And yes, I will be patching on of Johnny himself. So I'll be back for that, so join us for that. Bye for now.